Good morning. On behalf of your Stewardship Committee, we are asking you to pray daily for our church and for our budget giving. As you know, our stewardship theme this year is In God We Trust. Dr. Wiles is currently teaching in the growth area of trust. This journey in trust is to help us grow in our ability to trust God with every aspect of our lives. That includes our stewardship and our giving of our material goods. Please listen to these interviews with 4 of our members, Steve and Amy Hennessy, and Josh and Meredith McDonald, as they discuss how the role trust has played in their giving and where they are in their journey.
Yeah, our giving journey has been a lifelong journey. Started talking about having making a family. We decided, well, it's probably a good idea for us to get back to our roots, to get back into the church. And we really missed out not being in a church somewhere at those various points in our lives. But after we moved here to Arlington and started our family, we said, all right, we need to really be devoted to a church. And part of that journey of finding a church also, I think you can dovetail into our journey in giving.
We're responsible for our spiritual growth, and part of growing spiritually is giving.
It's kind of part of being a Christian. It's just something I do out of love for God and my church, and it's just giving back. It's not easy all the time, but of course it's just something you do.
By tithing, it doesn't even equal a fraction of all the blessings that God has given us. It doesn't even come close. So, it's only common sense to do that.
My background and my line of work is an investment manager, and so the economy, and in particular the stock market and the bond market being as volatile as they've been, it has been quite difficult to maintain a giving mentality. And I honestly don't know when stability will come, but I do know that we are continuing to give, and that's, to me, one of those non-negotiable items. Where is your stability? And it's not in your bank account, it's not in your stock mutual fund, it's not in your 401k, it's in God. And so I think that is kind of that driving force behind us that keeps us giving. So part of our giving is understanding that we're blessed by God, and it's actually His money that we're just stewards of. And so at this stage of volatility in the stock market, we look at it and say, all right, as stewards, what would God have us do? Trust, to me, has components that feed into faith and feed into obedience. And to embody trust through my faith in God, I have to understand, number one, like I mentioned earlier, that God owns all of everything. So that faith, kind of taking the next step, lends itself into the obedience to follow God's will and God provisions for us, and then asks that out of those we give back, we tithe back to Him. And so that's where we see trust in our giving relationship, is embodying itself in the faith mode and then also in that obedience mode. And so we feel comfortable that our intention is to meet God where He asks us to come.
Like Steve said, I like to think of it as we are holding everything in trust for God, or for you lawyers out there, it's a life estate. It's not ours, we're just holding it for a short while for Him. And so we try and think of it as we want to grow it and give more. So that kind of helps on that.
When you have a slower week at work and you don't make as much, you're more hesitant to give and you're less trusting. So I think you need to say, oh, even though I don't have as much as I normally would, I need to trust that God's going to take this and still be able to, fulfill the needs that I need to be met.
I don't want to say, I wish I had started back in 2011, 2010. I want to say, I want to take control of that now.